Seks biler. 6 biler, Matti byrjar. 6 start.
Three lines on a shirt. Jewels from a still gleaming 56 years of hurt. For those of you who don't know, there has been a rather major football tournament been taking place over the last few weeks. And the second semi-final has just reached its conclusion. Don't worry, we've got plenty of time to talk darts. But, you know, not many people have been speaking about this World Cup, have they? So, 45. Sorry for the sound quality. Give me about 30 seconds. I'll get this set up and then we can have a nice chat.
70.
Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or good morning or afternoon, depending on wherever you are in the world. My name's Robbie Dove. It's my pleasure to be taking you through this evening's worth of darts, coming to you live from Keflavik in Iceland. What are we playing for? Pride, I guess. The Premier League is not happening yet. I believe September is when the Premier League's going to come to its conclusion. We're not specifically practicing for any of the Nordic and Baltic events, but I'm sure all of this practice is good practice indeed. Bearing in mind the PDC comes to Reykjavik in October. Watch this space. I'd like to hope I can get myself over there as well. Pleasure to be bringing you this. We've had a bit of a hiatus, a little bit of a gap. But of course, this broadcast does come to you with a heavy heart. Bearing in mind the recent football results.
55.
I did believe that it would be 56 years of hurt, at least, and we rather get the impression that in Qatar, even in December, it's probably not going to happen. Vitor then, 123, Matthias, 40. 123 is possible, well, not going to go now. Certainly not going to go now anyway, could have possibly fancied, but never mind. Double top for Matthias to take the first leg. This is best of 5 legs, so it's first to 3. A little bit shorter than the normal format, reason being. Hang on a second. There we go, that's how you do it when you use 5 the first dart. There we go. And he's got the first leg. A little bit shorter, there's a few more games. We've got a bit of women's games going on. I'll give you the full schedule as and when. You'll also notice that the boards are... scoreboard looks ever so slightly different. Why? Well...
100.
They're using Dart Connect. You may be familiar with Dart Connect, used in the PDC on some of their floor tournaments.
60.
In the Players' Championship tournaments, etc., etc. UK Open qualifiers as well. Well, we are using Dart Connect here tonight for the first time here in Live Darts Iceland. So we can keep track of all the statistics and such going on, so that's quite exciting. I can see here, for example, Vitor scored 100 and then 140, Matthias scored 60.
100.
And then 100. Christopher usually joins me. When I say usually, I mean whenever we do a broadcast. He's usually in Sweden, giving him words of wisdom. His mathematics a lot better than mine.
45.
However, he's been playing darts himself tonight. I'm I'm hoping that he will be able to join a little bit later on, but I get the impression that may not happen, which is fine.
45.
Well, we're scheduled to be bringing you 10 matches today over a 90-minute period. Starting off with Matthias and Vitor. Ingebjörg versus Ellenborg. Vitor and Halli. Ingebjörg and Matti. Halli and Ellenborg. Vitor and Ingebjörg. Ingebjörg playing again, back to back against Halli. Matthias, Ellenborg. Halli, Matti, and Ellenborg. Vitor. A little bit of a round robin, if you like. So I've got a table, a standing table here. I'm just going to let you know who the winner of this mini tournament is. It is all Robin, you could call it a little bit like the Premier League. Well, Matty needs a couple of treble 20s here and won't hit them. Leaving Vitor
60
on 12s to level things up. Double 12, I believe Vitor's favourite. He has missed that, but it's going to switch. Not the nicest of switches on the board. Double 3, this certainly isn't the nicest of switches on the board. Right down south. He's taking his time, he's doing a bit of a Rob Cross on this one.
18.
And it's not a bad effort. Not far away at all. Can't quite get the height on that dart to penetrate the double bed. So 96 then, treble 20. I think that's in the single. So 76 left. You might want to stay there. 16 now. Would tee him up well. He's missed the big number. So it's a waste of dart if he does come back. Not ideal. But Vitor needing double 6. Does he go straight for it, or is he thinking 2 double 2? Well, 2 double 2 wouldn't have been the worst option in the world, but he will look to work on that. Well, and that's the trouble. That is the danger. If you go 1 out, 1 in,
4.
cannot do it with the third dart. 49, that's 17, leaves him with double 16, perfectly struck his 2 attempts at double 16 and 2 double 16s hit. That is 2-0 to Matti. And he's now throwing to take the first game of the evening in quite easy style. The ladies, there's 2 ladies playing tonight, Ingebjörg and Ellenborg. They are both starting with a handicap of 401. Well, sorry, a handicap of 100 rather. If they're on a handicap of 401, it would be rather quite easy for them. For 401, they will be starting with 501. The gentlemen will be starting with. Reason being, well, it was an agreement before the match. I think they were looking at standards and they're looking at how well they've been throwing, analysing, etc. And they thought, you know what, let's give the ladies a little bit of a start.
140.
And 140, fantastic darts there from the Eagle, Matty. Vitor's nickname, the Grenade. Have a look at those flights. Not so easy to see, maybe. I'm going to pop my screen into full screen here. Not so easy. They're a lovely, lovely, lovely flight. Black and orange. They say the Grenade on them. 40 points in it. Plus these, or minus these, or plus these.
94, 97.
And the lovely last dart. Means Matty is on finish. He's not only on finish, he's on one of the biggest finishes of the lot, the third biggest of the lot. He's also on the finish that Gary Anderson took out a couple of days ago in sunny Las Vegas to win the tournament against Rob Cross. Fantastic game that was. That was Las Vegas. Where do you think I was watching that event? I'll give you a clue. I've just said it twice.
54.
I was watching that event in Las Vegas, Nevada. Absolutely. Had a great time. Good fun. Didn't stay for the whole lot because I was exhausted, but I had the pleasure of conducting an interview for our new podcast at Live Darts Iceland. Now, I'm just going to check a couple of formalities before I open my big mouth. I can tell you the information about the podcast, but obviously you want to know where to be able to download it. Before I tell you such thing, first of all, we're going to make sure that Matty checks this out. Treble 20 ball, but you don't think he'll go that way if he does get the first start. You won't anyway, so it's relevant. 90, it's ball or it's treble 18. Treble 18 was the intention. He could go ball now.
42.
Well, he doesn't. He hasn't. 158 then. Let's see how he wants to take this one. When I say see how he wants to take, you assume 2 treble 20s and a double 19. Is there any other alternatives? Possibly not.
58.
Well, I have just had a quick look, and I can see that our darts podcast is now available to listen to on iTunes. iTunes and Podbean, they're your two providers, so get involved. It's called the Darts Podcast by Live Darts Iceland. Live Darts Iceland being all one word. I've just typed in Live Darts Iceland, all in one word. And that's come up. I'll tell you about that in a second. Vita going for 2 double tops there. 20 double top would have been a beautiful way to check out, but hasn't done it. So Matty to a clean sweep. For a clean sweep, should I say. And there we go. Last dart in hand. Game shot of the match. Matthias on Fredriksson. Now, I believe Matthew has been averaging 69. I'm just seeing if there is an easy way. Here we go. Points per round. 69.4 the average there for Matty. Vita 71.5. 65 darts through. And just over 1,500 points. You need to know that, but there we go. Great, this Dart Connect. It gives me all the information I possibly need. So, yes. The only thing that's a little... It says it was a half-an-hour game. It certainly wasn't. That's just because we obviously sort of set up the stream. Because my Icelandic friends are watching the football and no doubt laughing at me. Literally, Matty gave me a call. We do this over the internet. So Matty gives me a call to make sure everything's all right, and off we go. What happened as soon as he scored me? Croatia scored. And it hurts a lot. You know what? Silver lining. Each cloud has a silver lining. Anyway, bit more darting action now, as we see. 2 ladies battle it out. We have, she's the lady with the glasses, wearing the black. Oh, they're both wearing glasses, actually. She's the lady wearing the black, that it is throw and just connect to start connect. This is Ingibjörg. We have seen her on the stream before. Ellenborg I haven't seen Ellenborg on the stream before, so it'll be interesting to see. Oh, very well. She's comfortable with the 19s, which is absolutely fine.
29.
If that's what you're more comfortable hitting, then so be it. Well, I was informed the women are starting on 401 points. I'm just seeking a bit of clarification now, because it does look like they have started with 501 points. I can assure you Ellenborg has scored more than 2 here. They may well be going for 501, which suits me down to the T.
100. $95.
Ingibjörg is starting 301 here. Well, when I say starting, it just scored 200. 40, 60, and 100. Ellenborg 29, 73, and 95. So that's 1 treble hit each by my mathematics. And there we go. In on the treble again. Nice line.
92.
Ingibjörg, I believe, is the president of Icelandic darts, pretty much. She deals with, I think it's something like the Icelandic Darts Federation, something of that ilk. She is quite big
33.
in that field. So if you're watching us in Iceland and you fancy giving the sport of darts a go, have a word with Ingibjörg. Anyway, we'll be down to a finish after these. A lovely last dart, leaving her a very doable finish, 78.
77.
She may go treble 18 here. Leave her with her partner's favourite double. Well, that's 4 scored. 74 left.
38.
And she's teed it up very nicely to leave her with 40. 102 there. This will be an impressive one. 101, it is doable. She gets the treble 17 and is a little bit further adrift there. So Shant doing it on this occasion. And 3 clear darts for Ingebjörg. Double 10. Double 5. Pressure darts.
30.
That was 3 very well thrown darts, if I'm honest. 3 darts missing marginally. When top stops by the looks of things, it get well. She's a
27.
bit of a quick thrower, so she's made a bit of a meal of that. That first dart was very high, but what can you do if you are going tops? It's going to be high. It is going to be high indeed. Right, she's going to have 1 dart here, probably double 2. Definitely double 2.
6.
Now, Ellenborg needs to slow down. She wants to guarantee this 13 because there'll be 2 clear darts. Very good single there. Pressure when you miss a big number in the previous visit, sorry. And she hasn't managed to pin at the tops or 10s. And well, Madhouse.
2 score.
Madhouse is a madhouse tonight, considering the football. And it looks like Keflavik is also a madhouse tonight. Doubles missed galore. Now, that was very nearly past. And that wasn't. How about that then? After, I think should be fair to say, that was a pretty lackluster first start. Very near to the double 15. If she had 30 left, it would have been a perfect marker. To all of a sudden, hitting the double with the second dart. Fantastic. Even a single here gives 90. Well, I promise you that wasn't a terrible miss on the 19s.
116.
She switched. Didn't particularly like the line and hit double top, which is better than a single 20. Trying to work out. We've got this new Darts Connect system, which I think is fantastic. It's the future. And to explain how it works, so you may see if you do watch any of the smaller floor tournaments.
45.
I notice that there is an iPad on the wall where the referee is standing. The referee will read the number, read the score. If they get 320s, they'll say 60. And they'll type in 60. And all the computer does the maths. But the great thing is you can keep statistics, number of 180s, number of 140s, length of game, etc. So it is, it's pretty good for keeping all those to look historically. I would have loved to keep stats for, for the first year of Live Darts Iceland, but that wasn't within our system. But hopefully, the system we use, which is Dart Connect, will, go some way into being able to give more. That's the word I'm looking for. Detailed, definite statistics. Turn there for Ingebjörg. Now, 2 numbers in front of me.
29.
I'm trying to work out if these numbers are the averages of these ladies or not. I'm not going to read the numbers out just yet because I'm not 100% convinced that that's what it is.
100.
But when I find out, I will let you know.
That's 29.
Well, it's Ingebjörg will be down to finish first, and that's a lovely second dart. One of them will miss. And there we go, the highest score of the evening. Certainly of this game. Did someone get a 140 in the other? I can't remember. 56 then to level things up. 16 for double top. Well, so there's a miss. She does have the luxury of time on her side. Double top would be nice. Good confidence boost. Actually, go. If you missed the first dart of the single, hit another single, then go straight in the double top. That's how it's done. And we're leveling things up at 1 apiece. That was a break of throwing. Björk now throwing. Ingi Björk goes by the name Angry Bird.
85.
Reason being, she was playing in the UK, maybe in Scotland or somewhere, and a couple of guys couldn't pronounce her name.
17.
So they just said, oh, we'll call you Angry Bird, because Ingi Björk, Angry Bird. Sounds kind of similar, doesn't it?
100. 41. 60. 22.
So yes, back to what I was saying. I do, if you've listened to me before, hello, thank you for coming back. I often lose track of what I'm saying. That's just one of my traits. You would have thought after radio I wouldn't do it, but hey, ho-hum.
60.
I was talking about the darts podcast by Live Darts Iceland. Yeah, we thought, give podcasting a go, so we've got
83.
an interview, a 20-minute interview with DJ Sayer. Thank you very much to DJ Sayer. And thank you to Patty Bassi, by the way, who's just subscribed. 180th subscriber, which is what we're really after. So
60.
that's impressive. 100, oh, there you go, 181. Beautiful. DJ Sayer, he played in the North American Championship
25.
and in the US Darts Masters, where he lost to Gary Anderson in the Darts Masters, and Dawson Burchell, who impressed everyone by beating Gerwyn Price on the big stage. See a great interview with DJ Sayer. Available now on iTunes.
96.
Available now on YouTube. Just type in Live Darts Iceland, you can follow them. Do subscribe to us on YouTube, as Patty Batty or
61.
Patty Batty just did. 181 subscribers. Impressive stuff. I think the next milestone should be 301 and then 501. What do you think? Double top for Ingi Björk, who's got all the time in the world, but doesn't want to use it. Third dart, lovely central dart to give her the 2-1 lead. It's a hold of throw. We are back now with throw. But Ingi Björk, who is throwing a little bit better statistically, by about 20 points actually, so quite significantly better, is one game away from victory. Right, I was wondering what some of these little numbers I was looking at are. I can now confirm that
44.
the red numbers you can see. So Ingi Björk has 44,
47.
Ellenborg has 17. Now it's gone to 59. 44 to 59, that is the average in this leg alone. 3 dart average. The number below that, the one in the sort of black grey, 53 for Ingi Björk, 45 for Ellenborg. That is their 9 dart total for this match. 9 dart average. So Ingi Björk averaging more than 3 singles. Ellenborg averaging a little under that. Remember that Ellenborg gets the first leg on the board with a lovely double 10. And that's another helpful statistic, which will help me no ends
9 score.
when that's performances. Well, that 9 scores boosted Björk's average for this leg right down, 38 now.
41.
It's the one that's going to be changing the most, dart by dart, because if you're winning 15, 18, 21, 24 darts, it's not too many darts thrown, less sample size. As we saw in the last game, 60 darts were thrown, 65.
57.
So slightly larger sample size. Anyway, DJ Sayer, check out the interview I did with him. I think it was quite good. I talked about weather in Ohio and the weather in Iceland. I talked about him being beat by Dawson Michelle, the difference between that and Gary Anderson. We talked about his expectations as well. Did DJ Sayer expect to win the North American Championship this year. Remember, it was qualifier, 2 days of qualifying for the tournament. Did he expect it? You'll find out in the interview.
23.
On iTunes and on YouTube. It's the first time we've done the Darts podcast by Live Darts Iceland. Do check it out, and we'll hope to do some more stuff on it. Interviews would be cool, chats would be good as well. But also, me and Christopher talking a load of nonsense about what's going on in the world of darts, or me talking a load of nonsense about why I think double 13 is actually a good double to lead. Maybe not every time, but I actually think it's an alright double. Hey, so subscribe. And that's that. In October, I am hoping to make my way over to Iceland.
45.
Where I will get interviews with all of the Icelandic darts players. I think that will be quite a cool
27.
do. But yeah, I'd say watch this space. We've just launched being a strange term. We just started with Dart Connect.
45.
We just started our podcast.
38.
So watch this space. Ingi Björk. Treble 20, double top, 95 left. Treble 19, double 19. All single 3, leaving 90.
28.
4 and then 20. 70, 92 and then 20. So that's 72 when she comes back. Ellenbore's 100, so that's 68 remaining. So treble 20 will be all right here.
118.
Oh, that will do. Leave herself to bullseye when she gets back. Thank you very much. 2 doubles, and she hadn't even checked out my leg. I don't quite know what she was going for with that last start, but 118 will do.
32.
And that was a slight over-the-top miss. Technical terms, you can tell, by Ingi Björk. So then, hasn't gone for double top, hasn't gone for bullseye, and has
18.
missed an odd number, meaning she can't. Check out 32 if she's back. Double top for Ingi Björk, who's been hitting doubles nicely. Last start in hand, pressure on.
20.
Well, remember. If she gets this, it'll be levelled up, and I believe Ellenborg will be throwing. Double 16 wasn't anywhere near.
16.
Those weren't heaps better. So then 3 clear darts. You expect her to get it with one of them. Well, she only needs to get it with one of them. Double 5.
10.
And can't do it. That double 5 was so high I couldn't even see it on the stream. Double 8, and she's bashed it in with her first dart, leaving that's 2 apiece. And I did say Ellenborg will be throwing first. I got that wrong. It looks like Ingi Björk will be. Ah, nope. Okay, something wasn't explained. It's going to be throwing for the bullseye. You throw for the bullseye to start. You throw for the bullseye to finish, which is fair enough. They've had starts each, firsts each, and it is Ingi Björk nearer the bullseye, but cannot hit more than a treble 1. Those are 3 pressure darts, and treble 16 is all right with the first dart. All right,
58.
I'll 58 when you only score 5 with plus 3. Which looks like she's the bullseye, because it's a
127.
There we go. So with the first dart relatively poor, 2 treble 20s, she's rather back in contention.
26.
Bed and breakfast scored there for Ellenborg. It really is advantage Ingi Björk. It's 2 of 10 scheduled for tonight.
35.
Up next is Vitor versus Halle.
100. 140.
Ingeborg can't take that 169, but she's got quite a while to deal with. So I just want to 160 now. Oh, fine. We'll have to make some sort of dent.
35. $33.
So
25.
treble 20 will be the first two targets. Even if she scores 100 here, it'd be a lovely setup. As long as she focuses on one of them. Well, that looks like it's deviated into the single one.
40.
Which it has, so she may want to do a little bit more there, but Ellenborg not really throwing at her best capacity, only averaging 43. And Gibior playing nicely at 55 average. 68 in this leg.
66.
Very nice last start. Very nice indeed. It's left her on a strange double, but it has left her on a double. They are all the same size, I'm telling you, except for the bullseye. Double 15 for game, set and match.
15.
Well, she's now going to have to chase around the ball. 15. Could be 7 for double 4.
31.
Could be 3 for double 6. What's she fancying? I think 7 for double 4 is pretty standard. Well, it was 3 for double 6.
No score.
Or 3 for double 13, rather. No score. Ironic, because I was saying about the double 13. Yeah.
43.
Will it be the same equation again? I wonder. I'm going to hazard a guess at yes. If she's got a method and it works for her, then let's stick at it. Even if it's wrong, as long as you make a decision.
Rescore.
Reason to say that is this: indecision. You know, you cannot win on indecision.
45.
Well, Ellenborg just down to a finish after numerous darts thrown.
Six score.
Wouldn't this be something? This would be fantastic. She's going down for the 19s first. Isn't going to do it.
26.
I've just noticed Ellenborg is playing with Union Jack flag, Union Jack flights. Very nice indeed. Double 3. The basement. It's a great mark if she can kiss in off it.
Game shot and
That's
a match.
exactly what she's done. Fantastically thrown dart there. And Gibior takes the 3-2 lead. A little bit like Nadal over Del Potro today. You know, I did watch the tennis. It was rather spectacular. Vitor and Halli are up next. Here he comes, Halli with his Icelandic top. What we have seen once today with the moustache. Oh, here we go. A couple of statistics for you. Ingeborg averaged 52 to Ellenborg's 41. The first 3 darts were Ingeborg's strong point, averaging 64 over Ellenborg's 39. And Ellenborg's top score was actually 58. Ingeborg did score 140, 127 as well. Well, hang on, that's actually not correct. Ellenborg, I seem to remember hit 100. It hit 118 or something, didn't she? Hit a double 9. Yeah, I think she hit treble 20, double top, double 9, something like that. Yeah, so I don't know what this is all about. Which questions are any of these stats actually correct? Anyway, that was a pretty impressive match. Good to watch. Just as I assume this will be as well. Two of the best darts players in the whole of Iceland. Charua, the grenade, and Halli Ailes. It hasn't really got an official nickname, but there's a couple to keep him going.
Ja.
Vad är jag säger av anskaff då? Joku sana reenty.
Ja, ja.
Taivaseen.
Se on tehty. Missä jostakin kätellä? Ei kan ikke se.
6 darts.
Hvað rendur á sig?
Það kemur. Spila ekki, það kemur. Það kemur hana í staðan fyrir rauða. Sem er...
Þú hendur það?
Það sem stendur miss.
Það
Það kemur endur.
Það er ég ekki að gera það.
Jú, líkir það.
Það er hendur.
Þú sér það var.
Það er hendur, ok.
Well, Vito yet to score, yet to win, should I say. Is he going for the bullseye with this? Oh, I like that. You go one for one end of the board, one for the other end of the board, and bang, third one. You tend to go in the middle. I know Peter Wright is known for doing that in a couple of his exhibitions. Looks like Halli's doing the same. Matti is top of our leaderboard at the moment. Ingi Björk second, Ellenborg third, Vitor fourth, and Halli hasn't played yet. Hence his bottom.
140.
And what a way to start for Mr. Charua. I thought the screen had frozen then, but no, I can see Halli lining up. 140, which is a fantastic start.
60.
Will he stay in there on the treble 20? Well, not after that dart. But he has done perfectly.
81.
Well, half of his darts so far in the treble 20 bed. Look at the average in red next to the 280. Beautiful. We do expect it to drop, but you never know.
60.
Vitor is throwing some outrageous darts, and by outrageous, that was bad timing because hitting a 5 might make me think I'm talking negatively. It's a trip with every visit. Not, yeah, at every visit, not with every dart. That would be that would be a bit too much. 214. I believe he can get to a checkout after these three. Especially now, fantastic. What is going on? 174 would have been all right, but 138 is absolutely fine. 76 score, 76 remain. Halli is not throwing badly, but Vitor is averaging over 100.
60.
Can he get this in 2 darts? It's not impossible. Well, how about it then? Oh, double top for double. Beautifully struck and beautifully hit, and a fantastic textbook way to play darts. I can confirm that was 76 scored, 36 plus 40. Is 76? That's game shot in the first leg, no? Yes, it is. Thank you. Right, there we go. That's how you do it. Average of 100, 5 visits to the board. And I am impressed. He hit a treble every single
16.
visit. I believe, what was it, 76, except for the last visit where he hit 2 doubles instead, which is fine by me.
100.
If there is anyone, by the way, you feel that we would like to interview for Live Darts Iceland, please don't hesitate to drop a comment on the Facebook, on the YouTube, anything like that, so we'll be able to see it and we'll be able to act on it. Our favourite interviews are maybe some of the players who aren't necessarily top professionals. Obviously, we like to interview them as well, and I've had the pleasure of interviewing many of the top pros before. But, you know, we're interested in darts around the world, so... You know, if you could think of anyone, give me a shout. I think DJ Sale was a fantastic first interview. I think it really summed up what we're trying to do. And I think it was Matty that was saying, do I really want to use the word interview? Sometimes you can't avoid it. But yeah, I think I agree. It's not an interview. Interviews are very formal. So how did you enjoy your win? What was going through your mind? Or just a chat about nonsense. Me and DJ were chatting about the weather and about his name. Why is he called DJ? What's his real name? I will tell you that his real name is Dennis, but if you want to know why he goes by DJ, check out the podcast. I think it was about halfway through, but I can't promise it.
100.
Hallie on 80. Will he try and go for double-double? Vitor did it successfully. Turn 80.
121.
It's just a nasty deflection. You could hear in the sigh of Vitor Charua. Otherwise, it was perfectly set up. 20 for double 10 now. That's all right. That's not a terrible way to go. I don't think he intended on doing that, because that's not really what you do. Treble 20 for double 10 is the usual route. But if you hit a single, hitting the treble 20 means you cannot block the double. Sorry, hitting the double top means you cannot block the double top bed. That makes sense. The rest I was talking about not hitting chucking the bed. Vitor just took out a smashing 83 on the bullseye. Congratulations, Vitor. That is 2 legs to nothing up. And I am still impressed. Hallie really not doing much wrong. He's got a lovely average of 70. But when you're averaging 91, what can you do? And he's got the throw as well. But only 26 there leaves the door ajar, but Hallie's going to need to capitalise off it, because he takes no prisoners, does Vitor.
58. Forty-one. 60. 40. 25. 44. 43. 58. 55. 66. 30. 97.
Well then, to make up for the disappointment of the first game against Smatty,
81.
it will be 84. So he wants to take this one out. Well, oh, no, that's all right. You see, I don't know why he seemed confused. I mean, I was a little bit because I was confused at his reaction. He wasn't entirely sure what he wanted then. Thought he would left the ball, shovel left 22. He's gone inside. Left himself with 11, gives an outside chance to Halley, who needs to take this, but he won't be taking this when the first dart is a 5.
45.
4, double 2.
Game shot for Vitor. 11.
Game shot.
Hvað er skrifa?
Já, heyrðu,
Komst
það
til.
er góður.
Svona.
Það var bara fína þetta næsta, sko. Du visste bara, du kände faktiskt om det.
Well, for some reason my stats aren't being locked up sufficiently for this game.
6,000 now.
Here we go. So Charua Hali Ayos, I have found it. Averages. Vitor 75, Hali 60. Vitor through 60 darts, Hali through 54. Rich. And of course, 1,503 points. Scores to Vita. Why? Well, 501. That's why. If you want to check out the statistics, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to do so. I'll tell you how to do it. Go to tv.dartconnect.com. tv.dartconnect.com. Okay, you'll see events, EDC Youth Local Leagues leaderboard. Click at the very bottom, it says Power Search. Okay, and in Event League, you're going to type in Keflavik, Keflavik. Click on Enter or Search button. Click on Keflavik Dart Club. DCTV matches, and there we go. We'll see all of the matches that are being played, including Ingebjörg
60.
Matthias. Ingebjörg, right, what, this is the hundreds points,
44.
100 point handicap I was referring to. When the ladies are playing gentlemen, they will start on 401 points. When they're playing each other, makes no difference, they start on 501. Ingebjörg down to 8 finish first. 2 trebles needed here. It's doable, but not in this visit. Now, treble 20, double 18. Staying there, staying there. I assure you she did stay there, but to no avail.
42.
Well, double top was the intended top. It's double 15, which she left herself in her previous game. Did she hit it? No, I don't think she did. Double 9, so 2 awkward doubles, and that's just about in by the looks of things. Yes, indeed. Not far from the double 14, but doesn't matter as long as it's completely in. That's fine. It gives Matty the early lead and the break of throw as well. I think your score not been knocked off yet. Maybe gets knocked off as soon as she starts throwing, or after she starts throwing. It looks like in this game, Inky Bjork starting on 501.
So,
Don't ask me. But I don't mind. I know she's good enough.
42.
Mostly in the treble.
82. 77, sorry.
And I think it's Vitor doing the calling using the Dart Connect iPad. So they'll have their own iPad. They'll type in the score, which helps us keep statistics, which is excellent. We did have a similar sort of setup previously. It was called Darts for Windows, DFW.
81.
This, DFW has got its perks, as does Dart Connect. I do like the Dart Connect system. I think it's a bit neater, easier to read. But the great thing is, you can follow all the statistics online.
59.
If you have just joined us, hello, hello, hello. I hope you're keeping well. I hope you've recovered after the devastating news that England are no longer contenders for the World Cup. The final will be taking place on Sunday. Team France, Croatia. Croatia could win it. They could. I really fancy France. I think Mbappe is fantastic. Matthias is 2 legs to nothing up here in Keflavik. It's a round robin format. 10 games being played this evening. This is game number 1, 2, 3, 4. 6 more after this. Everything's first to 3. Which I do like the shorter format, I must say. It makes things a little bit more interesting. And I've even got my very own leaderboard up here so I can see what's going on.
30.
Matty is top of the leaderboard. Excluding this game, he has won 3 legs. Inky Bjork has won 3 legs, but she's also lost 2. Vitor has won 3 legs and lost 3 legs. He did whitewash and got whitewashed. How about that?
45.
Meanwhile, Ali gets to win a leg.
60. 95. 100.
60.
That's yes then. Shanghai on 20s.
28.
To take the lead. That's the hard bit. Single 20. Well, double 10. That's okay as well.
100.
Not far away. Double 10. Or even 5. Well, that was near the treble.
No score.
He's busted. I can't hardly blame him. Ingeborg then. Double 19. This may well go in. She's heading in the right direction.
No score.
And she wasn't too far in the grand scheme of things, but near in dance is not good enough. It's about precision. Again, no can do. No doubt he would have busted his score if he did have another dart in hand, but he didn't. So 3 more for Ingeborg. And oh, that was very, very close, but she threw us a little bit too aggressively.
No score. Being shot on the third leg to Ingeborg.
Who wants this leg? That's the question. Remember, if Matty does win it, he will be victorious in this one. 6 games after this.
30.
5 players. 4 of which we have seen on the stream, or at least I have. 1 of which we haven't.
Sorry. 58. 85. 41. 42. 78.
Ingeborg then to level things up. Couldn't hit double 19 a while ago. Well, went for the outer ball. Put it at 70.
55.
She went outer ball 20 bull. I think that was her intended target. Nevertheless, 10. 40. And he's low.
47.
So the gamble paid off for Ingeborg, who is now throwing to level things up. Well, that was a wild dart. Does she know she's got 40 remaining? 20 now, double 10. And snuck it in the corner. And we have a game on our hands. A last leg decider. With Ingeborg throwing.
Operator.
66. 58. 25. 43. 81. 85. 100.
Nothing in it this leg, or not much in it rather. And Matty leaves the big fish. Guarantee you, if he gets the 2 trebles, he will go for it, regardless of what Ingeborg is on. She will be on something relatively useful, though.
83.
Well, that's one of them. I've waited for this moment for a while. And that isn't the one. He may go for bullseye anyway. Or treble 18. He's hit the treble 18, so he's perfectly poised on 36, but Ingeborg could get this one. It's another 20. Well, she needed to make sure of that 20. That was important.
59.
Well, a long way off there. He's lucky to have left himself on a reputable double. You go inside the double two, and then you're in the madhouse.
50.
And Ingebjörg cannot hit out either. So, who wants it is the question. Not Matty.
Score. Score.
Not Ingebjörg either. Well, double ones never eat. Well, that was a terrible dart. Treble 18. It should be nowhere near any treble. And I've always said when you go for double one, go as far out as you possibly can and work your way in. It's easier said than done, especially if it's the last dart in hand.
Two.
I think after a few darts, they should just toss a coin.
Game shot and the match. To Ingebjörg.
Even skriva. Ska vi bara vara fire? Hvernig var það?
Eventually, it has been won, and it's been won by Ingebjörg.
Já, ég er bara handicap með
Handicap.
handicap. Handicap er 4-1 maður. Það er luxus. Vonandi dugar það.
Já, gerandi. Skrifa hann röði. 6 starts. Og ég byrja þá.
Matti tappaði fyrir sterkju, sko. Matti. Hann er svo góður þjálfari.
Matti, hvernig líður þér?
Gaman.
Bara kom með fórskotið.
45.
Well, I'm back in the commentary booth after a 45 score from Mr. Ayilson. As I say hello, for those of you just joining us. We haven't streamed Live Darts Iceland for a while.
42.
We have a new system. Dart Connect we are trying out, which seems to be working pretty well so far. It gives us some pretty up-to-date statistics.
24.
It gives us match averages, it gives us match times, it gives us darts thrown.
83.
And I, for one, am impressed with it. I like it. Elinborg requires 127.
I use it.
79. $55. Game shot.
There we go. Elinborg has the first leg on the board. Just like
57.
barely missing that 19 by the looks of her average.
100. $46. 47. 83. 121. 140. 29. 41. 45.
Both are on checkouts. You'd assume it's Elinborg who is on the nicer of the checkouts.
97.
Not anymore, it's not. Highly perfect setup. We use him on tops.
17. 30. 36. Game shot. 41. 13. 35.
Shit.
76. $60. 26. 60. 17. 180. 41. 65. 57. 40. 45. No score. 30. game shot. 26. 140. 93. 82. 121. 60. 78.
'Well, I am still here in the studio, somewhat preoccupied,
43.
but my heart is still here with the darts as we see Ellenborg attempt to tackle 83. Well, if she got the 57 there, that would have left her with 26.
26.
I rather think she's just going for treble 19 every single time, in the hope that she hits it, regardless of what it leaves.
136.
But a beautiful 136 tees Hallie up on 40. And we'll think about it. 54 remaining. I think is that gone in 17 or the 3? I think that's gone in the 3. Which would leave 54. So 14 for double top. Well, she has missed it marginally, but it is still a miss. She's now going to rely on 3 misses from Hallie. And Hallie doesn't often miss 3 times. But he might, you know.
Game shot.
No, he hasn't. Beautiful pin at double 10
Ég er að prófa.
and a hug.
Jöðin, ég var alveg að ná þetta.
And he wins this one 3-1.
Þarna kom þetta. Já, þetta fæst smá samkefni. Svona. Þú fyrir að hafa sér alltaf við þau fólkna. Nei. En já, því fyrir eftir. Góða.
Hvít og Reykjavík.
Já.
Þú fyrst að leika líka.
Já. Ég þykir það að þú er góða.
Já. Ekki bara þetta byrja með þróðbreyt.
Þetta er það. Hvað er það? Þetta fæ ég bara hvern einsta leik á e-maili.
Já.
Er það málið? Það er cool.
Þú skrifa því að þú átt ekki leik.
Á ég ekki næsta leik?
Þú leikir næsta.
Ég og hann er næsta leik.
Nei. Við höfum leikinu eftir næsta leik. 6 bílir.
Já.
Er þú til að skrifa það nú?
Já, ég hef ekki leik næst.
Nei.
Nei. Byrja Vítor.
Vítor byrjar, já.
Já.
Nýtur bara á skorið Ingibjörgu alltaf í byrjun og slæmur fjörun.
Það var eitthvað bara stíktir doesn't give handicap. Á netinu. Ok. Ready? Yeah.
Game on.
Game on. 59. 85. 100. 81. 5. 67. 30. 53. 45. 20. 'No score. I can bust.
Ja. Okej, ta en mer.
Game shot for the first leg, Vito.
Oj.
Agree. Rita. Eighty-five. 55. 7.
100.
42. 44. 40. 21. 96. 86. 86. 100. 30. 38. Game shot for the second leg. Ingeborg. 30. 81. 133. 100. 40. 34. 70. 81. 82. 140. $83.
No, 83.
Game shot for the third leg, Victor.
Inte bara in. Ja. Det är ju under dig.
$85. $48. $43. $40. $41. $40. $26. $95. $42. Sorry, 50.
Undo. After.
$45. $116. $47. Game shot in the seventh leg, Ingibjörg. Vítor byrjar. Orri. Forty-five. Sixty. 100. 30. 60. 59. 45. 30. 45. 140. 41.
Nej.
53.
18.
Jú, 18. 78 gerðir. 94. 43. 'Game shot' og Vító, 1 lag.
Ég skil.
Börjar du?
Ja.
Vad ska jag göra?
Jo. Man brukar svitna. Ja, det.
Jag har lärt henne. Jag undrar, kan jag göra?
Annars är det dock.
Nej, kasa ei kuole. Kasetaan. Vitor, vou marcar lá, tá?
Sista summa. Ingi brukte tro först. Game on.
Yes.
Sixty. Sixty. 95. One hundred and 40. $55. 60. 41. 60. 100. 60. 30. 96. 60. 70. 'Game shot on the first leg to Ingibjörg. 60. 60. 60. 60. 41. 31. 60. 45. 100. 100. 100. 31. 94.
Wat? 64.
You think?
Goed meneer.
64, sorry. Game shot on the second leg to Ingibjörg.
100.
42. 100. 30. 60. 43. 41. 100. 41. 44. 59. 60. 58. 41. 35. 31. 13. 'No score. 24. 5. 'Ring shot and the third leg to Halli.
Varför vill jag det?
De filar.
Ja, pilar.
57. 43. 41. 45. 41. 33. 60. 91.
81.
81, sorry. 81. 44. 125.
35.
135. 58. 24. 60. 4. 84. のスコール。48. 1. 'Game shot in the fourth leg to Andy. 45. 45. 41. 9. 60. 60. 85. 81. 43. 55. 83. 27. 78. 77.
Okay.
78. Sorry. 30. 26. 'Game shot and the match 200.
Tackar, tackar.
Vad ska jag skriva?
Ja, vad är det? Det var viktigt. Det gick bra.
Ja, jag har Martin.
Jävlar.
Vi är Martin.
Men det var viktigt.
Ja, men det var bara kallt där. ennþá.
Það er aldrei að byrja.
Það er bara aldrei að byrja. Byrjar skal spila bara hana. Já, ok, byrjum bara að skrifa hann. Mér finnst þessi þögn hérna alveg bara ótrúlega
Ærandi.
Mér finnst þetta ótrúlega óþægilegt. Það er bara svo mikið að við skrifa þetta. Það var alveg 11 skrifa þetta. Eru 3 leikir eftir núna?
Það er 6 spilur. 6 spilur.
Þetta er svo.
Það er bara meðan þú kemur.
47. $88. 29. 5 Matti. Kai Soi.
Oh.
40. $60. 97. 100. 45. 41. 7. 45. 39. 100. 13. 89. 37. 27. 26. 77. 5 Matti. Sono $55. 59. 180. Select. 17. Feels so. 41. 41. 42. 70. 45. 95. 19. 'Game shot and match, Matti. Ja, toch één kassen. Nee, weet ik niet.
Hangisleikurs. Þessi fór,
Maar Matti skal skrive aftur svo ég var lekt hann skrifa.
ég og Halli.
Ja, ég sem það. Ég vil það því að það er það. Halli?
Já.
Þið skrifa núna?
Það var ekki ég. Það er ekki okkur á það jæga það. Þetta er eitthvað skótt bóklust. Það er ekki. Six turns.
Okej, kör.
That's right.
Ja, ja.
Game on.
Jöl.
Forty-one. 60. 60. 81. Thank you. Is it the way or the 41. It's all close. Forty-three. 60. 60. 70. 44. 40. 100. 95. 52. 'Game shot Matti. 95. 60. 85. 41. 180. 81. 65. 97. 36. 38. 'Game shot Matti. 82. 41. 64. 60. 100. 100. 81. 100. 30. 25 scored. 82. 62. 'Game shot and the match, Matti. Ei se on muuttanut. Joo, se on hyvin. Joo. Äidä, nuu on tiiville.
Tällä ei taas. Ja.
Er Matti bara on fucking fire?
Ja.
Last game of the night.
Ég hlýtt að byrja núna.
Hvað var hann upp til nota 10?
2.
Máttu tvö ég eitt.
Já.
Voru því bara...
Ég byrja ekki núna.
Já, bara eitt núna, ég veit sko.
Þannig verður að bæta þessu, víst. Ég get ekki verið minni maður.
Þótt þú sér minni maður.
Við minnum bara ráðið líka á þessu.
Og þetta var fyndið.
Hvernig var lagið? Var þetta ekki hjálpað mér upp?
Þannig að þú var að byrja?
Hvað er því? Ég var að taka 6 núna.
Já, 6. Ok, 6 vinnur.
Er þetta með síðasta leikurinn í kvöld eða?
Síðast.
Herri, nú bara... Nú fyrir við on fucking fire. Nú er dífa og allt.
Það var ekki blótt í byrjun. Nú fyrir við...
Bara on beep fire. Er það fyrir?
Ég kom að lykta þessu fyrir.
Já, ég skal gera þetta.
Ég sem að setja
Ég skilur bara ekki akkur ekki með þetta og setja eitt spjald.
svona.
Þú komur 6 eða?
Komum við 6. Ég á eftir að taka þjóði upp út í rík. Já.
Byrjuð. No, que fine.
52. Six. 43. 58. 35. 60. 21. 36. 41. 116. 45. 73. 40. 'Game shot in first leg, 2 total. Forty. 19. 45. 25. 28. 98. 100. 57. 66. 45. 25. 100. 24. 83. 7. 30. 74. 45. 50 village. 23. 'Game show,
Ja,
second
dat
leg,
weet ik toch.
2, 3, 4. Four. 44. 36. 180.
Klassiet.
33. 57. 45. 50. 60. 76. 100. 39. 50. 50. Game shot and the match. Svona.
Takk fyrir skrifið.
Gjörðu.
Heyrðu þá.
Bara búið.
Það var búið.
Do we have a winner?
Ég hef að
Það var ekki Matti bara.
Ekki ég.
Ég er með
Matti, ert þú
betri
með
leik.
Fæ ég ekki hérna...
Það var ekki með.
Já, Matti.
Það var ekki Matti.
Matti og Vítur er bara fyrir þrjá og Matti og Vítur er Vítur. Þannig að...
Það er veður ekki fyrir.
Ég hef betri leggi.
Það verður að vinna eitthvað.
Þá gerum við þetta svona.
Og við alltaf að tappa. Þetta verður maður að fá þetta dark connect sko.
Já.
Það var 79,1 á þessi síðustu leiki.
Sýnum við þetta svona.
Það er eitthvað niður bara. Það tekur niður
Ég er ekki búinn að... Ég er ekki hérna... Pílan í velun.
Ha,
Það er bara að vera veluna.
verður það.
Afhendingar.
Verður
Þú veist þið?
Ah.
Það er að gefa píluna í þessu.
það.
Stórið.
Elf.
Já.
Hvað myndaðu það?
Það var ekki mér var ekki satt.
Sýndu. Hvað er menna í?
Hvað er það búið?
Thanks for watching. See you next week.